Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, of course, to follow up on my last deck profile, I'm bringing you guys a combo video of my Trickstar deck. So, like I said in the last video, this is the deck I'm most comfortable with out of any deck that I play. This is the one I'm pretty much going to be for sure be playing at the regional tomorrow. And I figured I'd show you guys some combos before I do. And also, I actually did take this to my locals yesterday. I got 4th place. It was only top 2 yesterday because we had so little people, but I still felt like I did pretty good for what I did. I could have won my first matchup, which was True Dracos, but unfortunately I goofed at one point. I made a big mistake that I shouldn't have, and it just kind of backfired against me, so it costed me the match. But after that, I kind of just made sure I did overlook like certain strategies and just made sure I thought through my strategies beforehand. So yeah, but anyway, it's still a good deck. I like this deck profile, and the ratios that I picked out still worked out just fine. I saw Twin Twisters quite a bit, honestly, which I went up against at least 2 back row decks. One, surprisingly, was a Gravekeeper's deck that ran Mystic Mine, which stalled me, but it didn't really do much of anything. My other 2 matches were 2 Salamangreat players. I beat them both. On the final round, I sphere moded him and got him back later on with Super Poly, so I just kind of overwhelmed him at that point. Alright, so let's go and see what our hands look like. So remember, I'm only doing 2 hands. One going first, one going second. So, and honestly, Trickstars are good at doing both. Okay, so Trickstar Reincarnation, Effect Veiler, Candina, Ash Blossom, and Called by the Grave. So we got a lot to go with on this, honestly. Considering we already have a Reincarnation ready available to us, let's go ahead and just normal summon Candina, and we'll search out our field spell, because that field spell is always important because it just increases the damage and that of the burn damage of Trickstars, and that damage always builds up fast. Alright. Next, activate Light Stage. Use its effect at whatever monster you want, really. So you can either go Corabane or Licorice, but if anything, I'd probably just go for Licorice, just because like I can always bring it back later. So, and I just want to try to inflict as much damage to my opponent as I can. Alright, and then you would reveal Licorice, bounce Candina back to special. And then from there, you pretty much just set 2 cards face down. So, and we also have 2 disruptions. Aside from Reincarnation, we got Effect Veiler, we got Ash Blossom. So, like, if your opponent tried to search anything important or try to special summon from deck, you got this. If he tries to activate an effect on field by a monster, basically, you have a Veiler. So, like, you got a lot of ways to stop your opponent. So, like, Trickster is not a deck that builds up on boards. It's really just to stun and just take control and just burn them for damage. And then from there, if your opponent can't really do much, then you just keep attacking directly quite a bit and just basically eventually OTK your opponent. That's kind of what Trickstars do. So, like, next turn, you know, if I happen to use both hand traps and let's say I did banish one of his hands just to burn it for more damage, I could just go on from there, because even with 1 card, it's all I need. Okay, so Twin Twisters, not a bad card. This is really a good card going second, too, because, like, because your opponent sets up a big back row, Trickstars are just good at recycling their resources, so, yeah, it's not bad. So, but that's just the general gist of what Trickstars do. So let's go and check out what our hand looks like going second. And honestly, I was apparently right about this format. It's like there's a lot of back row heavy decks, so it's not just Mystic Mine. There's Draco still. There's Pendulums. You know, you definitely need to get rid of those. And any decks that can incorporate Floodgates effectively, like Alter guys, you got to be able to pop them. You know. All right, so let's see what we got for our going second hand. Okay, Trickstar Corabane, Light Stage. That's really good. Another Light Stage, so. And honestly, that's the one thing I like about Light Stage. It's not a hard once per turn. In fact, you can just slap down 2. So, okay, Candina. And Super Polymerization. Now, that is an amazing card going second. Especially if you're up against, like, Salamangreat or any deck that uses dark monsters like Orcus, Danger Thunder. This card just devastates them. Even the Endymions, like, some of them are dark types, so you could actually just steal some of their monsters. Like, for any of those boards that like to do multiple negations, and if there happen to be dark attribute, well, spring that Super Poly because they can't respond to it and just break their board. So, like I said, we're going second. So, our opponent, you know, sets up his board. Let's say, and let's say he did have a couple dark monsters on it. So, okay, we're going second. Okay, Trickstar Licorice. That's actually really good. So, what I would probably just do is, like, first things first, activate your Trickstar Light Stage. Search out another copy of Licorice, because quick effect, and also, like, if you have the one Candina, if you happen to pull off all three of them, you can bring out all three. So, and that's pretty much what we're going to do at this point. So, that goes, and then we're going to activate the next one from our hand. So, yeah, activate the next one. Add the third copy of Licorice, or Licorice, as I like to call it. Use the second effect to lock down any back row of any kind, just in case. You never know. Normal summon effect to search out anything. Let's just search out our reincarnation. That way it's free discard fodder for that super polymerization. Okay. And then you would reveal 1, 2, and 3 bounce. These get specialed, and this goes back to your hand. So you basically just burn your opponent for so much damage at this point on. And then super polymerization. Discard your reincarnation, because, you know, considering we're going second, it's kind of it's not really dead, but it becomes like a hindrance, because if you set it, your opponent could just pop it, and if you don't have any ways to, you know, revive your Trickstars, then it just becomes hard to work around with. So super poly, like I said, if you happen to have a couple dark monsters, use them for your Starving Venom. Or if it happens to be a Salamangre player, you also have Violet Chimera. So it's like, it doesn't really, like, depending on the matchup, that super poly can really win you games. So let's just say it was a dark deck in general. We're not being too specific. We do this Starving Venom thing, get half of the attack of whatever target we point to, and it gets us the effects. Go into our battle phase, attack, and then, yeah, it's basically it. Just you keep on attacking. I could have also special summoned Corbane, but I prefer to use it for its honest effect sometimes. But yeah, that's just how I like to play my Trickstars. Like burn, take control, just like clear our boards as best as I can, and lock down back row Vinny. You know, it's just funny. It's a really funny deck, but it's a lot of fun too, and it's a great deck for beginners too. It's like for anyone coming back into the game or interested in the game, you know, this is a good deck to pick up. Not too expensive. If you just like, if you want to go for like a low budget option, this is the deck for you. Well, anyway, that's all I got to show you for you today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys next time.